listen, if I'm taking the time to section and spray and curl and pin and then cool and then spray and then all that stuff before I let these curls go and style it the way I want to, when I hit that door, when I dot the block, I need to stay where I left it. Period. Hi lovelies, what's up? It's Toy Chantel and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fabulous day because Lord knows that I am, okay? So today I am doing a hair vendor review, okay? This hair is from Ideal Hair Arts, so if you want to know a little bit more about it, then just stay tuned. But before we get into it, the first thing that I need you to do is to hit that subscribe button and click that little cute little notification bell. That way you are notified every time that I upload. Okay, let's grow the family. Okay, cool, let's get into it. So like I said, this hair is from Ideal Hair Arts. I think I found them off of Alibaba. This is not a vendor that like I typically use. The one that I actually use is closed down right now because of coronavirus, so I figured that I would try something else and try something new. So I did go on Alibaba. I did the whole shebang as far as searching and how to find the vendors, and if you would like for me to do a video on exactly like how to find vendors and what to look for when you find them, especially on Alibaba or Instagram or whatever, then I'm more than happy to share my tips and tricks on how I find vendors. Now, with this hair, I end up getting 2 bundles of 20, one 18 and one 16-inch closure, because I wasn't really sure about this company, so I didn't want to spend a whole ton of money. And honestly, right now frontals are a little bit on the expensive side. Well, really all hair is kind of on the expensive side, but bundles and frontals and all that good stuff are kind of on the more expensive side right now. And so I just wanted something that'd be affordable and quick, that I could kind of just boom bam thank you ma'am and get out of there with it. I actually made this wig on a sewing machine, which was kind of fun. That was my first time doing it. I know how to use a sewing machine, but that was my first time doing that. If you want me to do a video on that as well, I can. I was a little bit rusty, I'm not gonna lie, but I did have fun making it, and the productivity was way faster than sewing it by hand, even though I do prefer to sew my wigs by hand. So before I get into it, I do have a pros con and a con side. Me personally, I like to hear bad things first and then let the good things take over it, so that way it will feel better. So I think that's kind of what I'm gonna do. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, I got 2 20s, a 18 and a 16-inch closure. This is a 4x4 closure. As you can see, I'm like giving scalp. Yeah, this is a 4x4 closure that I bleached the knots and all that stuff myself. I kind of over bleached it a little bit, but I didn't have anything to fix it. So, and listen, if you can see all of the imperfections, you're too close anyway. So let's start there. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. So like I said, I like to hear the cons of things first and then kind of let the good things come through and clean it up for me. So let's start there. Now the cons are, first of all, this is not human hair like the company claims, okay? They tried to argue me down about it, and I'm like, I'm not trying to hear it. This is not human hair. It's good for what it's supposed to do, but it's not human hair the way that they would make it seem. There are fillers in the hair. I can really see that it's like a mix. As soon as I open the package, I could visibly see the fillers in the hair, and I honestly was a little bit hesitant to even mess with it after that point. But I was like, you know what, I got this new sewing machine and I'm doing something new, so worst case scenario, this hair will just be my teaching hair and I'll just use it, you know, to do whatever and just practice my craft. So either way, I felt like, you know, if I'm gonna take a L, but I'm gonna gracefully take a L if I was gonna take a L, you know what I'm saying? So Luckily, I didn't take too big of an L behind this hair, but I kind of did. When I first got the packaging, I did cut off a piece of the hair from the bundle. That way I could do a burn test, and that way I could do actually I cut 2 pieces off. I'm sorry. I cut 2 pieces off. That way I could do 1 part burn test and 1 part color test. Now, I wish that I would have thought about filming that part when I first got the hair, but I didn't. So that's my bad. I don't have that footage for you, but I can just tell you, and if you believe me, you believe me, and if you don't, that's cool too. I did do a burn test on the hair, and like I said, that's why I feel like there's a mix, because it still kind of gave off the burning of human hair, but it still beat it up with, like, as if it was a synthetic. So that's why I kind of knew, like, okay, this hair is not what they're telling me that it is, and you know, that's okay. I'm just gonna rock with it. I did do a color test on it as well. I used my Paul Mitchell lightener, and I used 40 volume developer. I left it on for maybe like 35 minutes. The highest level I could get to, most people will tell you that it's going to be level 27. I normally don't use those terms because I think of hair color like in a professional way, because I am a licensed professional. So I'll be using both terms like interchangeably. That way, if you're a professional, you understand what I'm saying, but if you're not, then you understand what I'm saying too. So it ended up getting to like a level 7, which if you're lifting hair, especially from 1 like I did, I really was able to get it to like maybe like a level 7. I did rinse it out, dry it, and then go back for a second round, and even then I was able to kind of get it 1 more level up to a level 8, but it still would look like level 27 if you just, you know, were buying hair from the hair store. So yeah, I didn't like that. The other thing that I didn't like is that on the piece that I did the color test on, I did the whole shebang with it. Like, I treated it like it was actual hair, like it was actually on a client. And so I did the lift, and then I shampooed it. Didn't blow dry it specifically. I just kind of let it air dry for a hot little second. And then I did kind of go over it with my blow dryer a little bit once I got most of the moisture out of the hair, and kind of let it air dry naturally. And once I put a curling iron to it, like, I kind of feel like that was it. And it could just been, maybe I just got a bad read off of the strand test I did. I personally didn't feel that way. I felt like if I was going to take this hair and highlight it or ombre or do whatever else I was going to do with it, it was going to just go to hell at that point. So I just took my little piece, my little color piece, as forewarning to just leave it alone. Don't color it, you know, just keep it jet black the way that it already came. And it did come, you know, like a pretty, I mean it's not completely jet black, but you know, it's rocking with the 1B pretty heavy. So I was pretty happy about that, and I was cool with that, so I wasn't going to mess with it. As far as the closure, there was a little bit of shedding going on when I was bleaching the knots and getting it ready and all that kind of stuff. So, and then like even with the plucking was a little bit weird, because I just kind of feel like, I'm not saying that you have to like work hard to pluck, but it almost was like too easy to pluck. I don't know if that's making sense, but that's kind of what happened. Let me see. Okay, then the other thing too, there are a bunch of short, and you can't tell because I did my thing, because you know, I do what I do when I do it, but I could tell, like, even before I even opened up the bundle and I just kind of ran my hand down the actual bundle, there were a lot of short hairs poking up. If you don't know, when you're testing hair, one way that you would know if the cuticles are all smooth and aligned is you're going to take the bundles, you're going to bend it in half, and then you're going to kind of run your hand over the back of it, and it'll kind of tell you, it's going to tell you, not kind of, it's going to tell you if there are a lot of short hairs in the bundles. And there were a lot of short hairs in the bundles. Like I said earlier, like, I could tell that there were fillers in the hair. I literally could see the fillers, but even once I was, you know, running my hand down the bundles, there still were other short hairs that were popping up, and I kind of was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like at that point I kind of had an idea, like I knew what I was working with when I got it. There was nothing I could do about it, so I just said I'm going to use this hair so I can do my thing and practice with it. It is what it is, you know? So okay, I got my little notes here because I wanted to make sure that I got everything. Okay, so that's all I got for the cons, my bad, the cons. So now let's talk about the pros, because there are some things that I do like about this hair, and I'm glad that I didn't just toss to the side and actually continue to work with the hair. One thing I did like about the company was that their customer service was super awesome. They were super nice. They responded like almost like nothing. The ordering process was super easy. The shipping was really fast. I think I ordered it on like a Thursday and it came on like Tuesday. So like the shipping was like super awesome and super fast. So for that, I will give them a gold star. Like I said, they had a quick response. So there's that. One thing that I do like about this hair, oh, I forgot to mention that this is body wave hair. One thing that I do like about the hair is that it is soft and it does feel super silky. That's one thing that I do appreciate about this hair. Now, I use just a little bit of product on this hair. I don't like to weigh down hair that's not, you know, 100% virgin or raw hair. I don't like to weigh it down with product because it just does too much, and the shampooing process is really where the hair could go to trash. So, and I didn't want to rock that boat, so I didn't do that. This hair is super soft, it's super silky. One thing that is not, it's not like a super big deal. This is a body wave. If I didn't say that before, I think I did, but I can't remember if I did. One thing that I do, okay, one thing I do like is that there's really little to no shedding with this hair. Like I can run my hands through it all I want to, you know, nothing. To the other side. Run my hands through it. Nothing. Like there's nothing. So it doesn't really shed in that regard. So for that part I did like it, and I will give it a gold star. One thing that I kind of don't like is that like it curls beautifully, but the curls don't stay. So one thing is that I like about body wave is that I feel that it holds curls like the best, you know, because it's not exactly straight, but it's not exactly curly. It's right there in the middle, so you can go both ways with it. That's why I love working with body wave so much. But one thing that I kind of didn't like was the fact that, you know, I could curl it, and granted, I live in Texas and I know that there's humidity and I know that there's, you know, mugginess and all that kind of stuff. So I do use products that help combat that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't like, it wasn't it. Like, I mean, the curls, they hold for as long as they kind of can, and then they just, yeah, it just still reverts back to its body weight, which I guess, you know, for some could be a good thing, but for me, like, listen, if I'm taking the time to section and spray and curl and pin and then cool and then spray and then all that stuff before I let these curls go and style it the way I want to, when I hit that door, when I dot the block, I needed to stay where I left it. Period. I needed to stay where I left it. And so it kind of doesn't really hold a curl like super tough like that, but I mean, it's enough that you could rock with it, you know. I'm actually wearing this hair straight for the first time because I kind of want to see how it's gonna do, like being straight and staying straight. So today is kind of like my experiment day. Like I said, this is a 20. Lift up, so oh, we'll turn the camera and I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'3", 5'4" on a good day, and it comes to literally like the top of my ass. So I actually, that's another thing that I kind of liked, was that I feel like the bundles are longer than what they actually say, because I've had 20 inches before and they didn't feel this long. Like, I genuinely feels like it's true to length. So for that, I will give them a gold star. But this is not you know, virgin hair the way that they say they are. Now, they did have another type of hair which probably is the virgin hair the way that they said, but for whatever reason, the salesperson was telling me that the blue band, which is what I got, would be better. Like if you were selling it, you make more money off of it. I guess the red band is more expensive. Maybe next time if I decide to give them another chance, then I'll get the red band instead of the blue band. But I don't remember how much I paid for it. I'm so sorry, y'all. I didn't pay over $300, I'll tell you that. I can't even give you like a ballpark. It was like 2 something, but it probably was like the low 2s. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna break the bank for this, especially if this was like a play wig. You know what I'm saying? Something that I was just gonna goof off with because I had just got the new sewing machine, that I knew it was just something that I just was kind of playing around with and being like experimental with. So you know, I wasn't gonna pay a whole bunch of money. Because listen, so if you want to know how I bleached and plucked and constructed all these wigs and stuff, I have no problem breaking it down each step by step for you and making different videos for you. Just let me know down in the comments below. Like I said before, don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell because you don't want to miss what I have coming up. I'm so excited. I just want to come through and kind of give you the tea. And follow me on social media. I'll put my socials down below, and I think that's it. I hope that everybody watching this has a very, very blessed day, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.